Yes, I am back finally in my car. The ceramic coating is done. We're going to be talking to the installer and asking questions that you guys have about the process and the care after the fact. That's coming up on today's Tech Tuesday. Couple quick announcements. Let's talk about Sunday's show, my Coffee with Conti show. I didn't do it on purpose. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. I was talking about getting pictures for a future Coffee with Conti on Father's Day in June, asking for pictures of dads buy their Corvette, you with your father in or buy a Corvette. And at one point, I think I said father and sons, and I wasn't, oh my gosh, I wasn't trying to disregard daughters and dads. So any kids with your dad in or buy your Corvette, send in those pictures for a future Coffee with Conti show. And we've got some awesome ones already. Thank you for the participation. That's Father's Day 2022 coming up next month. Get those in. Also, keep sending. These are really fun and creative. I'm so glad that you guys are sending those in. Text or email me pictures of your custom badge inside your C8 Corvette or your C7 Corvette. I'll share that on a future Coffee with Conti as well, and I think you'll find that interesting and a lot of fun. Yep, I can't even describe how good this feels right now to be back in my car. I know, enough of that. On the way home tonight, though, I'll tell you this. I am taking the proverbial long way home with the top down. Another quick announcement and just a shout out to the two couples. I went to the Easton Mall here in Columbus briefly Saturday night. I don't think I was there 20 minutes, and two couples. It made me feel like I was at the Bash event at the Corvette Museum. I heard my name, hey, Rick Corvette Conti, and I turned around, waved, hey, we watch a channel, hey, thanks, man. And all of a sudden, hey, hang on, we want to come over and get a picture with you. And I'm like, the acknowledgement and how special you guys make me feel makes all the time, the preparation to put vlogs together for you guys, worth it so very much. Thank you so much for that. I apologize if I forget the guys' names. One guy and his wife have a white C7. Of course, they showed me a picture of their baby on their phone. And then the other guy and his wife had a yellow C6. So thank you again for the shout out, the acknowledgement. It's great to know that you guys are right here in our backyard watching the channel. I really appreciate that. Couple more quick announcements for you guys. Speaking of cool people and awesome cars, this weekend in Columbus at the Quaker Steak and Lube at Polaris, the Chosen Few Corvette Club is having their annual spring fling. All Corvettes, there'll be 300 plus there, and if my schedule permits, oh yeah, I'll be hanging out with you guys and try to share some of that on a future upload as well. And one more quick announcement, tomorrow night in real time here in Columbus, Ryan and I are going to be driving in a low-speed autocross event. We've got more events coming up as we get closer to those. I'm actually trying to book some more. I'll let you guys know. I actually have a listing, so you can come out and kind of see what this is all about, taking your Corvette ownership experience to that kind of wacky, fun level. This is a low-speed course at the Fortress Obets in Columbus. Address is up on the screen. We got to get registered, set up, and all that kind of stuff around 5 o'clock. First car goes on track at 6:45, and we're racing until 10 o'clock. And if there's any highlights to share, we'll have that for you on this Sunday's Coffee with Conti show. And one more announcement, not that I'm bummed, more jealous, we have to announce that the 23 Z06, the race car, is the pace car for the Indy 500, and the driver is Sarah Fisher. How about that? You guys know, anybody that's known me for any length of time, I still have and will never give up that fight, that desire to be, as I call it, the first non-celebrity pace car driver in a Corvette. All right, my ceramic coating is done. I've got some questions. You have some questions, and then we got to talk to Chuck on Tech Tuesday. As always, we have to involve Chuck. Something that you need to know and be aware about in regards to your C8 Corvette and maintenance that's required by you, the owners. It's not going to happen by itself, man. Here's Jared talking about my ceramic coating. Welcome to Tech Tuesday, everybody, and guess what? I got my car back. Hey, did you bring a basketball? We're over here by the park. All right, so you guys have seen Jared a while ago when we started doing the ceramic coat program here at Coghlan, and Jared and his team does all that for us. Good to see you again, dude.
Good to see you.
Nice job on the car.
I appreciate it, man. We took a lot of pride in it.
Yeah, well, you were telling me too, I mean, you kind of have a fondness for the Rapid Blue. You said this car seems to get more attention than any of the other colors for C8, just kind of more exotic, and I agree.
Absolutely.
I agree. So it's easy to work with though, as far as the paint and stuff?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, no C8's necessarily easy to work with because there's a little bit of contour throughout the body lines of it.
Right, but, and I gave you one that's a year old and 15,000 miles on it, so that didn't work either.
Exactly.
And then you guys are probably wondering, and I told you I would be honest. You said, well, Rick, how come you didn't do it right away? Well, I was going back and forth on what I wanted to do, and initially when I got this car, I didn't think I was going to be driving it to the degree that I am now. So I'm driving it so much, I knew in my heart I needed to ceramic coat it because I needed an easy way to take care of the car. And let's be honest as well, at the beginning, I didn't want to spend the money because it's not cheap. But I should have done it early on because you even said, hey, Rick, man, there's a lot of stuff in your paint.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You had a lot of stuff to paint. And I've got the front PPF'd, so that brings up a question right away. A lot of people ask me that. Can I, should I, or shouldn't I ceramic coat my car and then put a PPF film protection over the ceramic coating?
So a lot of the PPF guys are going to have a lot of trouble getting the PPF to tack to the paint if it's coated.
Okay.
Initially, we did coat a couple of them, and then the customers would take it and get it PPF'd. When they went there, the PPF install shop would actually have to sand the coating off of the front.
Yeah, show me that area you were talking about.
So what happens is they tack these edges when you do PPF. So this all sticks with a suction, essentially. The water goes under there, they're squeegeing out the water.
Right.
But certain edges like this, where the PPF actually has to contour and stick, especially
right.
on leading edges, they have to add a tack solution. But what happens with the coating is if they try to apply PPF, a lot of it's not going to stick on these edges, so then they are using a tack solution on all these edges going along, you know, the contours.
Right.
So if you do ever need to remove that PPF with all that tack solution under there, it's going to be a big problem. It's going to be pretty expensive. It's going to be pretty labor intensive.
It's going to be a lot of work.
Yeah, oh yeah.
PPF now is on the front end of my car. What do you suggest as far as, now we didn't put the ceramic coat application on there. You were concerned with some of the visibility, some of the lines, and how that sets up. Tell me what you think we should do on that, because there are some options.
Yeah, so a lot of it's flexibility issues. You don't want to put a standard ceramic coating on the PPF because the nature of the PPF, it can flex a lot. So different temperature changes. Right now it's 80 degrees out.
Right.
You know, tonight if it goes down to 40, that's a big temperature change. There's a lot of flex there.
Okay.
So G Technique actually makes a product called Halo. It's a flexible base ceramic coating. So we'll actually take some Halo as soon as I get the product in here, and I'll come back and we'll put some on here, and you'll get some of the same water beading, that self-cleaning abilities, that slickness with bugs coming off real easy. You'll get all that same you know, benefit as you get on the paint with the true ceramic coating, along with on top of the PPF there. So.
I appreciate you keeping the car in the shop for me for a few extra days because it was raining, and that's one of the things. And you drop the car off after you're done doing your thing to the entire car. It says don't wash your car for a week. Why is that?
That coating just has to set up. It's got to gas out. You could technically get it wet in the rain because that's not a high pressure impact after 24 hours. But you know, I like to be safe and just, you know, let's give it a couple days. But you don't want to actually apply that pressure of water. You know, even a touchless car wash, they've got some decent pressure behind them.
Right.
That coating just needs to finish setting up and
let it harden up a little bit more.
Yeah.
All right. Now, speaking of car washes, that's also a question when you have the application of ceramic coating, and not through, because Chevy tells you with a little pamphlet inside the car, not with the brushes, but the touchless car washes you just referred to. Can you take a car like this through that with ceramic coating on it?
Different manufacturers.
As he takes a deep breath. Okay, get ready. Here we go.
Different manufacturers recommend different things. We offer, you know, a couple different lines of coatings. G Technique actually says no to the touchless washes because there are some harsh chemicals in there.
Right.
When you go through a touchless wash, they get them clean, you know, not all the way clean all the time.
But there's still a little bit of residue.
There is still a little bit of residue, but it's kind of, you know, if you ever go out with a light pressure washer, it's still going to get cleaner in there. It's because they have some different, you know, light diluted acid-based products, maybe some caustics in there, and that's how they're actually able to get that dirt to come, you know, off of the paint.
Yeah, so when people are traveling and they're going to Corvette shows, sometimes that's a quick way to just kind of cruise in and go through those touchless car washes. So your recommendation is check with the manufacturer of the product that's actually on your car before you do it.
Yep.
Okay, so the car's done now. What's my responsibility as an owner to kind of maintain this sheen and protection going forward?
Proper washing is going to be the biggest.
Hand washing?
Yeah, absolutely. So hand washing, when you hit lower areas of the car and you start to get that contaminant, you know, the kick up from the road after it's dried, you know, and you've got some of that grime along the bottom. Yeah. When you wash that area, you do not want to take that same leading edge of your mitt, towel, whatever you're using to actually wash, and then take that to a top edge. Okay. Any slight micro scratching, swirls, anything like that that's down in an area like this, it's going to be a lot less visible. So you're wiping this down here. You don't want to take that same towel and then come up here. This is in the sun. This is where you want to keep the paint absolutely perfect. You don't want micro scratches. You don't want swirl marks. You just want to make sure that towel is always clean, top to bottom.
Is there a product that we as ceramic coat owners have to use and apply in the car every so often, once a year? What does G-Technic recommend?
No waxes. Waxes aren't going to hurt the coating, but you're going to cover up that coating, that top layer of hydrophobic. You know, the water beading off there, you cover that up, you lose those benefits. You can strip it off there, but stay away from any wax products. No wash and waxes with carnauba in the wash itself. Okay. And then you want to use an SiO2 based coating.
Now what's that?
So that's SiO2 is basically a pure ceramic coating. It's silicon dioxide. There's a lot of ceramic sprays out there. It's like G-Technique's C2 liquid crystal, and that's a diluted version of SiO2. Okay. It's got some in there, and you use that just like you would a quick detailer.
So use that like how often though to put it on the car?
I would say every wash, or at least every other wash. It should take, on a ceramic coated car that's properly washed, to add, you know, to apply it on there. You're using it just like you would a quick detailer to shine it up. Okay. It shouldn't take more than 5 minutes to do the whole car, honestly. But by doing that, you're essentially adding a, you know, minor layer of protection to that coating every single time.
And last question, car covers. Ceramic coated car, can you put a car cover on it?
Indoor covers, the style that are silky, they're real heavy.
Yeah, real soft inside,
Those are going to be fine. The biggest thing is after you take it off, you want to do a roll. You want to kind of roll it up the car. When you take that off, the biggest thing is where you're storing it. If you're taking that cover off of the vehicle and then setting it on a dusty surface and getting contaminants on there,
good point.
Now you're rolling it across the car.
Just you're transferring it right over.
Yeah,
right.
Make sure you store it upside down with, you know, the part that's actually making contact with the paint.
Now, sometimes they have bags for those covers too.
Yeah,
so
you know, keep it in the bag. Some of the outdoor covers, if it's a coarse material, if it feels like it's going to scratch it, it probably is. Okay. You know, I would stick with covers that have a real silky, nice soft feel to them, and then just make sure you keep it clean and don't put it on the car when the car's dirty. That's another big thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Make sure the car's clean before you put it on. Good point. All right, and the last thing is I got to get. You don't have a bottle of water? Don't worry, I got some water. I want to do that water test thing. You guys always see that. So here you go. Here, my little ceramic coating. Oh yeah, look at that, baby. Yeah, Jared, nice job. Yes, we can't have a Tech Tuesday without our buddy Chuck. Sorry, John, in Illinois. That's as far as the car's gotten. It's gotten into the bay. Your accessories are here, but it looks like Chuck's over here doing download of software that the customers haven't done. Is that what you're doing? Downloading software that updates that weren't done? It takes a little bit longer when you got to do that, right?
It's Tuesday. Where's your car?
It's outside. It's outside. Wrap that up real quick. I want you to bring the back of your hand, and I want you to rub your hand all over my car. So it's kind of a blessing in disguise that I waited, because when I was in Kentucky recently, I got some acid rain. There was a lot of stuff all over the car. So come on, right here. Raise your hand. Rub your hand all over it. Come on now. Feels nice, huh?
I hope you don't plan on sticking anything to this thing ever again.
I do.
Good luck.
Okay, I know.
No, I don't think you do.
Logos are, he said I could put logos are going back on the door.
Are they magnetic?
Yeah, they're gonna, a magnet's gonna stick to a plastic car, you idiot.
Well, I figured you having pulled doorbell
Right.
off.
I was just gonna call you the master technician too. You know, because I didn't want to mess it up and call you
ship sailed.
and call you a mechanic. You know, it'd be like calling me a car salesman. No, I'm a Corvette specialist.
Right. I'm a Corvette specialist.
Is it? Did he just say? Is it magnetic? What the hell is wrong with you? All right, take two. Okay. All right. So there's a big misconception on the servicing of this car.
Yeah.
People, number one,
I'm a
people
little
need to
confused
understand.
myself.
Well, and I know we've had a convert. We're actually looking at a page from the owner's manual, and you need to understand. I mean, look at how beautiful this car is. I mean, we've risen to a whole new level.
Well, yeah.
We drive around saying that we feel like we're an exotic car. The servicing part of it is starting to feel like that too. It
Yeah.
really is. It's really different, and
Sure.
a lot of people are changing their oil too soon. There's really three ways you can look at that. I mean, you can go up to the 2 years or the 7,500, or on your dash, if your oil percentage life gets down. I tell guys, if it gets down around 20% for the oil, change it out.
Sure.
Okay. And what's missing, and I kind of was going back and forth, and I've actually changed my records now because I drive my car just a little bit differently than some of our audience, but
Sure.
the DCT filter canister, that's gets done in your first service, and not all dealers are doing that.
Yeah. I now don't know why. I don't know if they are unaware
Okay.
or what the problem is, but yeah, I just had one in here last week,
Right. The
Yeah.
oil change was done by another dealer.
and they claimed the first service.
Right.
So we looked at it and told him he needed a transmission filter with his first service, and he's going to have to pay for it because the other dealer claimed his first service from Chevrolet.
Right.
He was not happy.
Right.
So he elected to take the car back to where he had his oil change done to get his first service completed.
And there was a
free of
small
charge.
issue going on with this transmission. And when you talk to the tech people that assist you in what you do, the first question is, you just said a moment ago, so he asked, was that canister replaced?
Yeah, that was the first question out of his mouth, was, well, has the canister been replaced? Because
Right.
the car had, I think, 7,640 miles on it.
Right.
So it was just over the 7,500.
Yeah.
And-
So they tell you about 7,500 miles. And again, a lot goes by usage. And what's it say in the manual? So
Well-
after the 7,500, the DCT filter canister, according to this schedule, tells you when.
What everybody has to realize now is it's not around 7,500 miles. You need to have that first service done before it hits 7,500 miles.
Right.
Not 7,501.
Yeah, GM won't pay for it then.
Right.
Right.
Because, you know, with the Global B diagnostics, if they have in a car now, they can see the mileage on the car. So,
Yeah, so they know.
according to the owner's manual, you get the first one at 7,500 miles. Then the second one's not due till 22,500 miles.
Right.
The next one's not due till 45,000 miles. And the next one's not due till 67,500 miles.
Now, let's face it. Most of the people watching right now will never
No,
hit that.
no.
Me, I'll probably hit that.
Oh, yeah, you're
My-
coming up on the 22 now.
I know. I'm almost
Quickly.
16,000 miles. My goal is to do 100,000 miles on the car and show you how much fun that we're having with it. But the
But we've
DC
already done yours two or three times now
three times already.
because of the driving you're doing.
Right. I'm doing aggressive driving. That's exactly right. So this is a minimal scenario. So if you are driving more aggressively, as I and other people are doing
Went
some
to a
tracking
couple
stuff,
track events,
Heck
even
yeah.
though they were, you know, not full-blown track. What was they?
just a low speed autocross stuff.
Autocross.
That's kind of what
But
I'm doing
still,
tomorrow night.
It's
Yeah,
tracking, so
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think people need to know that that's an important feature to the transmission to
Oh,
keep
yes.
to keep it clean.
Yes, absolutely.
That's why we're talking about it. That DCT canister filter, sometimes it's easy because they've got access points underneath the C8 for you to quickly change the oil.
Right.
It's a little bit more involved when you got to get to the filter.
Oh, absolutely.
Don't discard that, people, is what we're trying to say. Is do that when you feel that you need to do that. And as far as changing the entire transmission fluid, it's minimal request through the owner's manual every 3 years, or on your screen in the maintenance tab on their driver information center if your transmission fluid gets down to around 10%.
Right.
Or sometimes it'll give you a message and actually tell you to change it now. I
Correct.
forget what the verbiage is, but it'll be something to that degree.
Sure. I'm
But-
sure it's probably like the oil change, oil reminder, change oil soon.
Yeah, something like that. I think
Yeah.
it's changed soon, something like that. But
Right.
I just wanted to talk about that because you brought it up to my attention last week, and you said, Rick, we got to remind people how important the DCT
Yeah.
filter canister is to change regularly. Don't discard it. You know, years ago in some older cars, we know some older cars, you kind of, I can let that slide a little bit. I can do this and do. We're in new technology now. This is more regimented. It really is. This is a lot of money. It was a lot of money back then, but now it's a whole different ball game with all the computers, everything involved. I think it's important to just use our channel and platform, the fun that we're having, but the importance of really maintaining the car, and don't let it slide.
Everybody wanted a supercar. There you go.
Right.
There's your supercar.
Like you always say, get your checkbook out.
Well, the only way it's going to stay super is if you take care of it.
Okay.
If you don't, it's no longer a supercar.
All right. We'll talk more about the maintenance and things like that, because these are issues and questions that constantly come up after you've had the car for a year, 2 years, at delivery. What do I got to do for maintenance? So we'll continually, not to be repetitive, but I think it's important because we are in a new era of cars, so you guys understand and enjoy and appreciate and take care of your supercar. I like that, your supercar.
Yeah.
Yeah. And real quick, because it is Tech Tuesday, we got to give Nate just a little airtime. What's up, buddy?
What's going on?
Don't worry, I got some work coming for you, buddy. You're not out of the woods yet.
I told him it's Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to order the light kit, and I just delivered a car to a lady the other night, and she too wants to do blue lights on her Rapid Blue car. So I will share what you're going to do to my car. I'm going to put, I'm doing perimeter lighting. Oh, I'm going wacky nuts, man. And you're going to do it for me.
We're going to get it done.
Okay, he's pretty excited about that. See a little bit of everything today. I hope you enjoyed the upload. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video, make the comments down below, hit the bell notification. I know sometimes you're not getting the updates. I just appreciate you checking in and coming back as often as you can. Our second channel, that link is down below at Corvette Shorts and More. And hey, next week, right here on the main channel, Tech Tuesday, we're gonna have a hardtop convertible reminder. It's a common mistake that even myself has made that we're gonna make you aware of. Also too, for you folks for the C8 Corvettes, and you have a desire to see things in more of a digital format. There's 2 ways, but only 1 screen in which you can do that. I'm going to show you how to get there next week on Tech Tuesday. All right, I'm done. I mean, I can sit here and talk about these awesome cars all day long. Let's show them off. Yes, it's time now for a beautiful rides segment. Great to see you guys again.
I was too young, and I didn't understand that you were the one, and I can't wait to see you hindsight is fleeting, oh, and your heart's bleeding, and all you can see is red, till you discover. It is within each other to forgive and make amends. If I had known then, or what I know now, I wouldn't have said what I said. I took the long road, thought I'd be better on my own. Sometimes what's right is wrong instead, 'cause I was too young, and I didn't understand that you were the one, and I can't wait to see you again. Oh, I can't wait, I can't wait, I can't wait. and I didn't understand.